Hey there pilots, this is Pete with BananaHobby.com. Welcome to your flight review of the Freewing Spirit. And what the Freewing Spirit is basically, she is your park flyer sized mini, basically it's like a mini intermediate, like a novice to intermediate type of a electric aircraft to your small park flyer sized warm liner type of pylon racer airplane. So this little airplane actually covers quite a few different bases here. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the cool stuff that comes with this Freewing Spirit here. First of all, the wingspan is 32.1 inches, so it's really nice sized here. When you go to build this, there's not really much gluing to be done. Everything is pretty much screwed down with screws. And if in the event that you need to change out a main wing or change out the tail section or something like that, you know, they all just unbolt. And a couple of the really cool features about this, right before we go into some more specs and specifications about the motor and stuff, is the fact that this airplane, the Freewing Spirit, when it's in this configuration here, will be in your novice to transitioning into intermediate type of format, because right now it is on a pod. What's really cool is Freewing includes two motors, additional motor and an additional spinner with a folding propeller. So this review will be a two-part review, where the second part we will be putting the nose-mounted motor, the outrunner, and the folding prop for that part of the review. So all of you out there that are transitioning into intermediate type of flying with a 4-channel airplane, this is the type of a format you would like to start in, just because the propeller is on a pod. It's called a motor pod back here, and when it's back here, it's basically pushing away. So when you're landing, you don't have any fear of breaking the propeller or anything like that. And this is a little bit of a more docile type of a configuration. This little Freewing Spirit is on your full 4-channel function. So you do have your throttle, your ailerons, your elevator, and your rudder. So there's 4 channels here. And we are flying on a full flying tail. So the whole entire horizontal stabilizer is actually your elevator, as you can see here. So you don't need much movement at all, and that's pretty much about all you need. And then you put on low rates, and you know, here we go, and that's pretty much all you need right there. So we'll start this review pretty docile with it top mounted, although she's still extremely fast and extremely aerobatic. What I like about this is the fact that this can be your aerobatic trainer as well. This will be hand launched and belly landed, and the LiPo that goes in here is anywhere from a 450 to about 1,000 milliamp 3-cell. And I find that the stock LiPo will be a 450. I find that the 850s actually work out better, and they fit in there just perfect. And you have 2 positions here. I have the LiPo set right down here. Today we're using the Genesis Power 3S 850s, and they're right in here. So this is magnetic. Pop this back on, and then you have your ESC and your second battery mounting position right over here, depending on what you choose to use here. Let's see here. I know the ESC in here is a brushless ESC. It's a 20 amp brushless ESC, and the outrunner, I believe, is an 1100 kV brushless outrunner. And I think that's pretty much it here. Fully EPO foam construction, so extremely durable. So you can take a tumble and take a tumble or two and keep on flying. I think we're gonna go ahead and stop the talking here and show you a little flight review of this cool little Freewing Spirit available at Banana Hobby. Let's go ahead and take her in the air here. We're gonna do something really special for y'all out there today. What I'm going to do is, throughout our flights today with the Freewing Spirit, with the pod configuration and with the nose mount configuration, what I'll be doing is I'll be narrating throughout the flight. And then we're gonna talk about a couple of general aerobatics and things like that, and you know, and see how well we can incorporate that into what the actual aircraft is doing. So let's go ahead and take this little Freewing Spirit and give her a flight here. Go ahead and start our timer. All right, now that we have a successful hand launch, you got to remember, you want to always hand launch your airplanes into the wind. And right now we have a little bit of a crosswind, and as you can see, I'm at about half throttle here with the Freewing Spirit, and just doing a nice clean left turn circuit. And you can see how smooth she is. She tracks very, very nice. With the wingtip polyhedrals there, it gives you a little bit of added stability as well. And this is just a really smooth park flying airplane. We're gonna go ahead and do a couple of circuits here. We're gonna go do a vertical climb here. Look at that power right there. Okay, we're gonna do a left side hammerhead. There we go. Come on right back down. Cut the throttle back down to show center. Go back into a left turn here. Right now I have her set on low rates. When y'all are starting out there, I would suggest you set them to low rates. Low rates makes it a little bit less sensitive. So right now I will go into, actually I won't go into high rates yet. I'll show you a couple of, I'll go down the line here and do a couple of barrel rolls or aileron rolls. Here we go. That was a aileron roll there to the right, and that was on low rates. So we will pop her into high rates here. High rate aileron. Basically what high rate means is it's just giving the aileron more control throw and authority. So now that she's in high rate, you can really throw her around here. We're gonna go ahead and pop the elevators into high rate too. This is what I mean by she's like a little worm liner. Extremely fast for, I mean, a top-mounted pod motor. Like almost like a pylon racer. Okay, we went up line and did a couple of aileron rolls there. We'll go ahead and cut the throttle and do some slower flybys here. Extremely smooth here. Okay, we're gonna do a 4-point roll here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 4-point roll. And what everybody likes to see are big round loops. Let's go ahead and do a big round loop for you. Cut the throttle on the down line. Look at that big round loop there. Okay, I'm gonna do something kind of cool. We're gonna do an up line, give it throttle, and go into a series of snap rolls. Cut it, cut the throttle, and let her just basically glide back down. Look at that. Wow, that performance is amazing. This is something that I would take to a park and just, you know, grab a handful of batteries and just keep flying and just enjoy your day of flying. It really will make you a better pilot because you're working all the sticks here and you're working all the configurations and, you know, very sharpening your skills as far as orientation and basically just increasing your skill level as a pilot altogether here. Okay, now what I will do is I will keep my mouth shut and give you a couple of minutes of just free flying here with the Freewing Spirit. A little bit of inverted flying here. Okay, I'm going to pop the elevators back down to low rates here and do a couple of flybys and set up for our landing approach. And on your landing approach, you want to make sure you always land with your nose into the wind once again. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call that pretty good here. I'm going to try to bring her in. Okay, that about lines up with a good line. So next time around, we're going to go ahead and bring her down. Just like that. And that is your Freewing Spirit with the pod mounted configuration. What we will do now is put the nose mounted configuration on it. It takes about 5 minutes to actually swap this out. It's just 3 wires, and then you take the nose off and you pop the motor on there, and you're pretty much ready to go with the nose configuration. That configuration is fun. It's like a really fun warm liner type of a pylon racer, and that is exactly what you want to do when you're into your intermediate, going into your advanced portions of your flying skills. All right, we'll check back with you in just a bit here. All right, pilots, now that we spent about 5 minutes here and I put the nose configuration on there, again, it comes with 2 motors, so you don't have to take the motor out of the existing pod. You just basically take the pod is just snapped in there. You pop it right off, and then you mount the front motor here, and then you put on the, you mount the 8x5 folding propeller and the nose cone here to that, and then you just put the 3 wires to the ESC. In the event that when you plug it in and the ESC and the motor's actually rotating in the reverse direction, all you have to do is just switch 2 of the 3 wires from the motor to the ESC, and it'll correct the directional value of the motor here. A couple of things to look out for when you receive this Freewing Spirit. There is an existing black cover here that snaps in here that just makes it look kind of cool. So there's no hole here, and then there's a little cap here. I would suggest that if you were going to fly it in this configuration, go ahead and put a piece of Scotch tape over that and keep that down there. Unfortunately, when we were doing our still pictures, I did a couple of rolls and we kind of lost it over the field, and they're pretty much impossible to find. This won't hinder the flying performance any. If you wanted to do anything with this, you just cover it with some black tape or just some clear tape and it's fine. But I just wanted to show you, so this is something to look out for. Just put some clear tape over that and you'll be okay. Other than that, today we are flying this on 4-channel, and this comes with your basic plug configuration. So the ESC does have your Ultra type of a T-plug already mounted on there, and the servo plugs are all standard servo plugs, so you can use whatever radio system you want. If you choose to get it from Banana Hobby, we have it ready to fly for you with a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter and receiver and battery if you choose to do that. And today we are flying it on the Park Flyer size receiver, which is the AR6110 and a Spectrum DSM2 DX7 transmitter. And without further ado, one more thing, the propeller. This is an 8x5 stock propeller from Freewing. There's a company out there called Gropner. If you go and buy a Gropner 8x5, it will increase the speed by quite a bit. They're a lot more stiff and they have a little bit more of a pitch value, and they're just a stronger propeller with more efficiency as well. But this is great for out of the box. I'm saying that is just for something generically as far as if you need to replace the propeller if you don't want to go with stock. Okay, let's go ahead and fly the Freewing Spirit with the nose configuration. And this is what I call your intro to pylon racing and to intermediate aerobatics on a little 32-inch Park Flyer. What a perfect little airplane. Let's go ahead and fly her. Okay, now that I'm in the air, I'm just gonna open her up here. We're just gonna have some fun. We do a half there. As you can see, I like this nose configuration just for the fact that it's a little more aerobatic and there's not that additional drag on the motor pod that's on top right there. One thing to look out for is the stock speed control is set with braking on, and the reason why is because the propeller is mounted on the nose, and when you go ahead and shut the throttle off, it would go into braking and it would fold the propellers flat just like that, and that will set you up for landing there. So you want to keep the braking on. That braking is normal there. All right, let's go ahead and do some flybys here. Just a little slower flyby. We'll go across here, do a 4-point. Go ahead and do an 8-point. It's an 8-point roll there. I'm gonna come show center, pull straight vertical into a snap roll, a couple of snap rolls, 3 or 4 into inverted, come down with a 1.5 there. And I will now just want to show you the stability of this little Freewing Spirit. It's about half throttle, quarter throttle. Nice slow flyby there. This airplane is very, very low maintenance. You know, pretty much fly anywhere kind of an airplane. Okay, I'm gonna come down line here, shut the throttle off, do a hammerhead up here. There we go. Stall turn. Fly by with the throttle off. Look at that. That's cool. Let's go ahead and do a couple of rolls into inverted. Give you a couple of inverted passes here. Some inverted flying. Push up to the straight up line. Do another stall turn this time. A couple of snaps on the down line. good times. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can do a rolling circle in this small area here. I don't know if it's possible, but let's try it anyway. There's your rolling circle with the Freewing Spirit. Nice low by your face flyby there. Here, we'll do this thing what I grew up doing here, called in your face. Love that. Fly out inverted, and we'll do that one more time. Wow, this Freewing Spirit fly is absolutely amazing. Something for your, lunchtime flying, after school flying. We're actually in a pretty confined space here in the E-flight, the electric flight area of my field here. If we take this down the runway, we can actually really open her up. But I wanted to show the agility, and not everybody has to have big, long, 600-foot paved runways where you can pick something up like this and just have a ball with it. Learn with it, and just become an overall better pilot with something like, along the lines of this. The flight performance is just amazing. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet here and just do a little bit of flying here, and then we're gonna go ahead and shut her down for a landing. A little bit of pylon style there. Pull into an upline. This is almost like dynamic soaring here. Same kind of pattern as dynamic soaring. All right, we're gonna go ahead and shut the motor down and do a couple of landing approaches. Once again, make sure you wanna land into the wind. Notice that propeller folds flat when you shut the throttle off. That's because the braking initializes and it actually will fold the propellers flat against the fuselage. I think we're looking good there. Let's go ahead and try for a landing. Okay, maybe try that one more time there. A little bit bumpy on that one. And just like that, we have your flight review of the Freewing Spirit. Durability is amazing. Flight performance all across the envelope is absolutely great here. Like I said, this is something that is just all about fun. Very low maintenance. All you got to do is a little light building there, put it together in about 15 minutes or so, and you're out flying. Once again, this is the Freewing Spirit. This is available at bananahobby.com. My name is Pete. Thank you all always for your support. Love to have you all follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and check out all the new and fun videos coming to YouTube as well. We're gonna mix things up a little bit and shake things up and have just a good time with RC airplanes. Once again, Banana Hobby, one-stop shop for all your things RC. My name is Pete. We'll see you another day with a different flight review. Check you guys out.